Welcome back to the trail. We're here in Addingham, just outside the opulent grounds of the old rectory. And we just came through St. Peter's Church. Bells ringing like it was Silent Hill. Such a wonderful start to the trip. Foggy, cold, bitterly cold morning. We're just leaving Addingham on a small road heading towards Ilkley for a 14 and a bit mile trail. Probably end up at 15, 16 up onto the moors. Not Ilkley Moor, we're going north this time. I'm going to pick up Howber Hill's Beacon, I think it's called. I'm going to head up there, come back down into Addingham. But I'll say more about that later. It's a very sleepy Sunday morning and we're off to a great start, just following the Dales way. But yeah, all good. This is the River Wharfe. No, not that wharf, the other kind of wharf. That's the one. So this is the River Wharfe and we're walking along it now on the Dales way, officially. And that was definitely on one of my lists, one of many lists, when I suggested next year, 2023's hike. Initially I decided on the Dales way, but Patrick had suggested the Cotswolds. So that's what we're going to be doing. So this is just a small snippet, and this river runs along the north side of Ilkley, between Ilkley and the northern moor there, which name I will look for later. Right now I'm just soaking this up. It's absolutely gorgeous, very misty and foggy. When I drove in it was a complete fog bank. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving being on the trail this morning, fantastic. And again, it's a Sunday. Friday was really nice, but my wife was prepping to go to Gran Canaria on holiday with her friends, and so I couldn't really get out then. Saturday, absolutely hammered down. Sunday, here we are. Got the best weather. Gave rain initially, but now it's given sort of overcast skies, which looks about right. Yeah, so we're going to crack on, get through Ilkley and get onto the moors. We leave the River Wharfe behind. We're going to break away into Ilkley and we're going to go cross the river again on the main bridge out of Ilkley. I'm slap bang in the middle. We'll go through a residential area and then we're going to get onto the moorland. The fog has not lifted. It's coming up on 9 o'clock now. Spooky! And yeah, let's get through this gate. You can tell got all my layers on, my down jacket, my hoodie, 2 shirts, got my Gandalf gloves on, and it's bitterly cold. I'm warmer now for walking. Oh, you can see beautiful layer of mist. Put the Solomon elements on for the second time, second big trip, big walk. And it was like putting on slippers, man. Really impressed with these. And I need some money so I can go get some more. I don't want to start going out of stock. Yeah, we're going to cut through this farm into Ilkley. I'm going to resist the urge to have a coffee so soon. First break's going to be in 4 mile. The 4 mile mark, it's only like 2 miles away. It's a beautiful morning, absolutely beautiful. Good day for it. 4 miles in, the Sacred Brew. Well, the minute I sat down, 2 cars pulled up. Where's the other one? Yeah. 1 dog walker, 1 a couple walking. So I'm just having my brew and put this down. Today's snack, I've got 2 of these. One of my favourites, the Humble double decker. Oh, here comes another car. So we're going to carry on up this hill. That away, and let's circle round up onto the moors, which I'll be quite ready for. Ilkley, lovely. I've fallen in love with Ilkley last time I was here. And this will be my 3rd visit, and I just love it. I love the town. I love Ilkley Moor. I came here first to do Ilkley Moor, came back again to do the video. Now we're on the north side. So as we came to that bridge before then, we entered Ilkley through the tennis courts. And there was a funny sign that said Addingham was 4 miles on the Dales Way. And Gary said 2.8, and I trust Gary. So if you're walking the Dales Way, don't trust those signposts. It's only 3 miles from that tennis court to Addingham Centre. But I couldn't film through Ilkley Park, that's on the edge of the river, because there was a lot of kids playing. They were doing a running competition or something on a Sunday. Running for fun on a Sunday. So I definitely did not film anything there, to be on the safe side. But yeah, bustling, full of lovely, happy people. I really like Ilkley, really do. But we're going to leave it behind now. We're going to go up onto the moors and we'll come back down near Addingham, sort of the northwest of Ilkley. So we won't come back this way. I'm going to have my double decker and my brew. Then press on. Oh, rock on. Finally made it to the top of Curly Hill. Hello. Well, as you can tell, we got blue sky here, and then do a 180. Rain clouds here, and you can just see it's trying to rain. But again, I'm not going to rush to put waterproofs on, and I've only got my jacket really. It's beautiful over there. Dilapidated farm. Up we go, Hunger Hill. Everywhere's got a Hunger Hill now. Beautiful over there. I'm sure the clouds will pass. Wind's blowing that way, I think. Yeah, we've got a slog up to the eastern side of the moors, which I still haven't looked at. And then we're going to cut west to get up onto the high point, and that will mark our halfway of the trail, 7.5 miles. I can't see us having a brew on the top there, but we will find out. Yeah, we're gaining a lot of elevation now. It's a big steep climb coming out of Ilkley through Middleton village. Still got the fog bank in the valley below there. Yeah, I'm just taking my time today. Obviously I mean it in the nicest possible way. Not having Julie here. She's gone away, she's enjoying herself, doing her own thing. Then frees me up a little bit from the responsibility to get home in a rush. And you know, when you're in a relationship, you're always trying to consider the other person's feelings. You should be. So I'm always considerate if I know Julie's at home when I'm hiking. That's why I do prefer it when she's working. Well, now she's away for 12 days, so I can just take my sweet time, lazily make my way back home, just enjoy the trip, free from some of the responsibilities at home. As you can tell, struggling for breath. It's beautiful over there, really beautiful. Proper annoyed at myself now. Let's get through this gate. I was filming some. Sorry. Through this, not enough hands. Could have just pushed it. Right. I was filming some B-roll footage at that farm back there. And then kind of walked back and forth, did what I needed to do, carried on walking. Missed my turning completely. I should have gone more north, breaking away from Howber Hill, and I've not. Instead I've carried on up the track, getting to the top of Howber Hill. Now, to be fair, it looks a better bit of track, his whole track, and then what I can do is at the top of the hill cut east. I'm more annoyed at myself for not paying attention. I should have made the turning, kept my eye on Gary. Ugh, annoyed. I looked at the map again. The reason why I keep paper maps, why I keep my OS map app for this kind of situation. So this track I'm on, public footpath at the top of the hill, public footpath east, and then I can pick up my trail again. Proper annoyed at myself. Yep, even the Pilgrim screws it up now and then. But take a look at that. It keeps trying, but the direction we're going, it's all sunshine. Oh, it's not all sunshine. Take that back, it's completely grey. So we're heading up onto there eventually. So we're going to the highest point, which is Black Fell at 409 metres. We're going at the moment east to pick up the Harrogate link of the Dales Way, and it'll come sort of from the southeast. We'll head up northwest up onto the point itself. There's no trig that I'm aware of. It just says 409 metres Black Fell, and then from there we're going to head southwest back down towards Addingham. So that's the plan. We're back on the trail now. We haven't gained that much extra mileage, and you can see here, I'll show a picture of it before. It's the Dales Way link footpath, Harrogate to Ilkley. I don't know, because I don't know a lot about the Dales Way. I'll tell you what I do know, but first, yes, just check we're on the right path. So the Dales Way came to my mind years and years ago. We were stopping with, at the time, people who were friends who had a house in Windermere, and it was a lovely sort of weekend break in their house. Will was just a toddler, and in the morning I got up early to walk to the area surrounding Windermere Water itself, and I came across the start of the Dales Way, and I think the hosts actually told me about it at the time, and it's just a stone in the middle of some woodland, and it was sort of like calling to me. It's rare that you get a trail that just starts in the middle of nowhere, but it starts at Bowness, which is Windermere basically, and carries all the way down to Ilkley. So we're at the end of it, or as the sign said, the start, depending if you're going up. So it heads mostly south, and it's about, well, the editor's going to put underneath the details here now. And yeah, it really appealed to me. Like I said, I was planning, perhaps I'm persuading the guys to do that this year. We've gone with the Cotswolds. It's on the list, like many other trails. And now, having been in Addingham and Ilkley, it's fired me up to do it. It'd be really good. Kind of paranoid now. Keep checking Gary. Make sure I'm on the right path. This track carries on, still on the Harrogate link, then we're going to curb right. Still coming from that sort of circular route. Have some water. Oh, the benefit of winter walking. Cold, perpetually cold. Whoa. Job's a good one. And as always in Ilkley, we get the low-flying aircraft as they're coming into land. I think it's Leeds or Bradford Airport. You can tell. Got a bleak, misty, foggy landscape there. Up on the moors, and you can tell. Familiar landscape now. So we're climbing up. It's been a warm climb to get to the top here. Farmer threw us a curveball. He had the signs for the Dales Way. We had them on the gate pointing left, which 9 times out of 10 means go through the gate and turn left, but he didn't, so he blocked the gate off without giving any indication he meant to go left. So I was on the wrong side of the wall, saw some people actually walking the Dales Way, full backpacks, realised they were on the other side of the wall, so I leapt over. There was a break. Yeah, bit tricky that one. So climbing up, 7.5 miles complete. Ready for that dinner, ready for a break. As always, bleak moorland. Yeah, it's been a busy day. Seen plenty of people today, all hiking or running. But hoping now, as we get up onto the moors, we can get a bit of peace and quiet. We're passing Pike just behind the camera there. It's on our right, and now we've got a clear run if you follow this path visually all the way up onto the top of Blackfell. You can just see the reservoir down there, and you can see roughly we're going to be crossing those peaks there. We're past the 8 mile mark, but there's no obvious place for lunch, so we'll just press on a bit. Pretty bleak, pretty grim up here. It's gone really cold. Might get the down jacket back on. On the one hand, gorgeous sunshine, and on the other I'm getting wet. Classic British weather. Heading that way, not exactly on my own, saw a mountain biker. Just can't get any peace. No good. We're going to stop for a break. It's kind of weird. It's the usual blend of like beautiful countryside, grim, lonely moorland. I'm not that lonely. That was one mountain biker and then two women, my mother and daughter, or grandmother and daughter, grandmother, granddaughter, coming the other way. So again, Ilkley, popular for moorland walks, and they're quite well tracked, these routes. So whichever one you want, if you want Ilkley Moor itself or Black Moor that I'm on, this is actually a sort of collaboration of a couple of different moorlands, then this is the one for you. Just be careful on your navigation. Over there you can see the, I'll show you in a minute, I didn't even notice the radar station, and I think that's on the Burnley way. Don't know, don't think so now I think about it. Ham and cheese sandwich. Look at the thickness of that bread. That's a proper sandwich, that. It's a proper sandwich. Goodness, good eating. Anyway, have a look at the radar station. That's Menwith Hill. Menwith Hill. Nothing to do with the Burnley way. See that mountain biker way off in the distance. So the golf ball radio station thing. Probably hear people putting sugar on the cornflakes in Russia. Oh, that's good. That's some good eating right there. Well, while I've got your uninterrupted attention, I'm going to step to this side. I have finished this book, Ping. And I've now started this book, Ping. So the Gentle Art of Tramping was a beautiful read. Now this guy in Norway, I don't suspect he's a Christian, though he uses a lot of Christian language, written in the early 1900s. I think it's Stephen Graham, know what it said, was the author, and he'd literally been all over the world hiking. But it's called Tramping. He called it tramping. We didn't call it hiking back then. Tramping, not as a tramp, but just tramping around. And it's a really good read. If you're into hiking, you just want a short read, definitely get yourself a copy. It's only cheap on Amazon. It's a very small hardback book. It would be great to read on the trail if you were doing a multi-day hike. Right, I stopped to put my coat on. It's getting proper cold now. Right, so the journal. Shout out to my mum for getting it for me. This is just the reason I got it. Writing these little gems in. So Stephen Graham, in his book, The Gentle Art of Tramping, says this. Your mind is haunted. You have forgotten something, and the flower is trying to tell you. Once you belonged to a kingdom, where once you knew someone young and fair. The heart aches. It aches with homesickness, with love for that someone of whom the flowers speak and the lark sings. What a great line. What he's doing is he's drawing on the story of Adam and Eve in the garden, the original home of our forebears, who, tempted by Satan, fell and were subsequently kicked out lest they eat of the tree of life and live forever. And Stephen Graham's relating the themes of hiking, of that longing to move from A to B to C, on and on and on, with a kind of inner desire in people to get to a home, to get to a person they love. And that, he feels, poetically drives him as a hiker, and I can totally relate to that. Such a brilliant theme to pluck out of the Bible, and there are so many themes in there, but this one of longing for home, of wanting to get home, of knowing that you're not there now. No matter how good you make your life here, you're always having one eye looking beyond it to a future home, as if you're always passing through, always a pilgrim. And obviously that's the heart and soul of this channel, the pilgrim hiker. Pilgrimage from A to B to C, and not just physically, but also spiritually, emotionally, encountering different people, encountering different places, locations, history, stories. It's all part of the pilgrimage, and it's one that we're all on. Maybe you don't do it through hiking, maybe you do it through something else, but I just love the fact that Stephen Graham's really picked up on this and applied it to hiking. So that's gone in the book as a gem quote. Get yourself a copy. It's only small, it's a very thin hardback, and it'd be great to read while doing a multi-day hike. It'd be really encouraging. Take some notes, highlight some passages, and yeah, can I recommend it enough? No. So nearly at the top of Round Hill. She's on Blackfell. Should be a cairn, not a trig point though. From there we're going to break southwest. Hopefully get off this grim moorland. I mean, you can just see Ilkley down below us there. And then just above the cloud line, just below it there, Ilkley Moor. Ilkley Moor. And there's a video on that. Yeah, long slog up. I've nicely warmed up now. Food's kicking in. So good. Saw a big backpacker before. Had the whole shebang on. Reminded me of my 21 kilos on the Gritstone Trail. Try not to do that again. So let him get in front of it, and we'll catch up. After that, we're going to go down to the beacon at Howber Hill, maybe. Check the map first. But yeah. Grim. It's gone proper grim. All cloudy. All right, mate. Pressing on towards the beacon. Got a man hot on my heels, going faster than me. You can just see beautiful views. We're heading right up there. Pressing on. And this is where the stick comes into its own. Very boggy on the way to the beacon. So yeah, when I got to that rather disappointing cairn, I've suspected very much that this guy behind me was in a kind of like I don't know what you call it, like a round dugout. There's a word for it, I can't remember. Culvert, I don't know. Anyway, I suspected he was down there because I suspected at first he was going to do some wild camping, which he might have done until I disturbed him. As I walked to the cairn, you heard on the video, I said hello to him. And now he's right behind me with two sticks. Not right behind me, but somewhere behind me, following the same path. So maybe he's not camping overnight, as it's only midday. Don't expect him to pitch up just yet. Yeah. To the beacon. So this should be Howber Hill. It's like the 8th aeroplane. I'm just finding my map, bear with. Black and white today. I've got a lot of printer issues. So it's Beamsley Beacon or Howber Hill. That's what we're heading for. Put that back. Talk to you properly. Yeah. Howber Hill. And from there we'll come off the moors back down to Addingham. I think we follow the river again, the River Wharfe. No, not that wharf. Noisy, very noisy. Ilkley is laid out below us, still in a cloud of fog. what can I say? Obviously at 390 meters, the wind is quite howling a bit, but not as bad as I'd expect. But I mean, look at them views. I keep having to force myself to stop taking pictures, stop taking video, and just enjoy the view for a few minutes. Well, yes, this is what it's all about. So the other guy before caught me up at the trig point, felt a bit guilty. I never like to hog trig points when other people are there. But we exchanged our views on the view itself, and then he's gone a different way down. I'm heading down this sort of, I don't know what you call it, saddleback, razorback, I don't know, pointy bit of rock down back to ground level, and then we're going to pick up that river again, which I think I can just see, and follow that back to the car at Addingham. I think I'm just going to spend a few minutes enjoying this. I kind of knew, I had a feeling there was a bench around here somewhere. Oh, this is like pure bench luxury. I can sit back, I've got elbow, I've got armrest. Flask has come to the point now where it's pretty cold, but not to worry. 3 miles left. Yeah, I needed this spray now, just the right time. I just had a feeling. You've been on the trail long enough, you do get a feeling of when a bench is about to come up. It's a sixth sense. Sweet coffee. Yeah, onto Bolton Bridge, pick up that river. Last 3.5 miles. I'm absolutely honest, it's been a fantastic day. Even though I didn't really get the weather, really not that bothered. The views have still been good. If the cloud had come down over the beacon and there'd been nothing to see, I'd have been gutted, but no, the view was still beautiful. Easy mileage again, easy. And what can I say? I love Ilkley. Love it. This is the king of benches. Could stay here a while. If there were some kind of awards for the best bench, it wins hands down. What a bench. What comfort. What ease. Anyway, as you can tell, we're now on the main road, but we are in a little cycle lane just to help keep cyclists off that main road. But like all good cycle lanes, probably never get used by cycles who insist on using the road. But I'm going to use it. At this stage we're going to hit Bolton Bridge very shortly, and I've got to figure out a way to get off this path down onto the river so I can finish roughly 3 miles back to Addingham. Just such a leisurely walk today, really not pressured myself. I've enjoyed those breaks, enjoyed all the views, and yeah, I've clearly settled into the right format now. What's it been, 2 years, 3 years of videos? I mean, my hiking goes back to 2006 when I first did Snowdon. Every single trip has been a massive learning curve. I feel like as I come to the end of 2022, settling into the groove, man. I feel like, yeah, we're getting a method now. So I'm quite excited as the year draws out. Keep hiking, keep doing the maps, keep doing the routes, keep refining the techniques. Yeah, really good. Really happy. I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Well, we're back on the Dales Way now. Had a little hairy stretch of road walking, which if you're doing the Dales Way, it's quite tricky. And then they threw another curveball. They put the signs for the Dales Way in somebody's back garden, which just happened to have a breach in the wall. So there's this guy who's been following me for the last couple of miles. I've seen him a few times, he must be walking a similar route. He figured it out before me, but he was behind me, so I think he thought he got one over on me. But I went through the wall. But yeah, it's a really stupid one. Just as you get into Addingham, the signpost is completely in the wrong place. It's pointing to like a path further down. But there you go, by the by. Here we are, last stretch, 1.9 miles. I'm just giving this guy down there plenty of time to get in front because I'm sick of being chased. Yeah, sketchy bit of road walking. It was quite busy with cars, not much room, so I had to keep pulling in. And that's about as exciting as it got. Kind of picked up my pace then. And I'm going to ease off now, let this guy get well in front and just enjoy the last part of the trip. It's gone very gloomy, very dark. Obviously we're in November now, so evening sets a lot quicker. Should be going dark about 5 now, but as it's only coming up on 4, we've got another hour yet. Well, I can't say it enough, what a fantastic day. Really have enjoyed the trail today. Even though it's just Ilkley, something about Ilkley I love, and it's been really good, really enjoyed it. Don't feel that tired, feel like I've just took my right pace, took the right times, and enjoyed it, which is what we should be doing on these hikes. So I'm going to bash out this last mile in a bit and see you back at the car, eh? And I'll say as well, just because it's starting to feel like it, one of the worst times to be hiking, one of the worst, is evening. So the sun's going down, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock, and you're still walking, and you're going past people's houses, and tucked up, the lights are on. It's bound to be those houses that don't have any curtains or net curtains. And it's warm and toasty, and they're sat down in the evening wear, the pyjamas, and they're having the tea, and you're still hiking. One of the worst feelings imaginable. And I think that's when solo hiking hits its lowest. That's when you feel the loneliest. And it's only happened to me on a couple of occasions. One was when I did the Guild Wheel and misjudged how long it would take. And yeah, it was dark when I'd finished, it was evening. Passing farmers' houses, and soul destroying, man. And it just reminded me as you look around, the sun's going down. It's that kind of November evening, and you just start to feel your personal demons creeping up, loneliness, isolation. Everything suddenly feels colder. I just thought I'd share that happy thought with you. I'm going to speed up now and get back to the car before it goes dark. Oh, slip it. Yeah, get the leg over. I think I pulled something. Well, this is something I'm going to cover on my gear review video at the end of the year when I go over this year's equipment that I've used. I just hooked down now. I knew that Gary was on 1 bar and he was blank because I'd missed whenever it didn't beep, or if I did beeps I didn't hear it, and so he ran out of batteries. Now thankfully, yeah, so at the point it ran out of batteries, it stopped recording. Partly to blame myself because I'm using JCB batteries, cheap. Didn't use the proper Duracell alkalines or lithium batteries. Kind of annoyed at myself. That's affected the stats. Yeah, I mean, some of the stats are still there, but it stopped recording my path. I'm very, very annoyed at myself for missing that and for buying cheap batteries. So there's a couple of downsides that I've found with Gary. This is one of them. And like I said, I'll do a full breakdown towards the end of the year of each piece of kit. But as helpful as Gary's been, I've had just a couple of hairy moments with him. But yeah, just thought I'd say that now. So I'm not sure how far we've got left, unless Gary resets himself. So it should be under a mile regardless. Failing that, get the paper map out, see where we are. Well, back at the car, the spooky car. It's a spooky car. That's how bad it is. What are we on? 4:20, November 6th, is it? I don't know. Whatever it said. 4:20, it's already dark. Ah, sheesh. Dude, guys, what a fantastic walk. I am buzzing. Absolutely brilliant. But what I said happened, where evening has come in. I was walking back and that beautiful caravan site, I don't know what that was about. The name will appear under here if I can find it. But yeah, there we were in the pub, warm lighting, pints in hand, people enjoying the evening, and there's me hiking. Absolutely soul crushing. I hate it, absolutely hate it. I just need to be a bit tighter on times next time. But still, I mean it jokey in some way. It's not a bad thing, but you've got to be aware of your morale by that time. So as we get deeper into winter, we just need to be careful of the miles and the times. But yeah, what a fantastic hike. And if I just lean over, Gary's stats, ping, they're going to appear there. That's as accurate as I can hope for. I think I only lost a small fraction of the trail, the recording of the trail. So it's pretty accurate, 16.9 miles. Still hitting that 3 mile an hour average moving time. Obviously, time where I've stopped to have a brew or break or to film doesn't account for that. So there we go, guys. That's Ilkley. I'm in love with the place. I really am. It's such a lovely town. Get yourself there. Go and do some of the hikes. Get up onto Ilkley Moor or go to the other side and do what we've done today. The next walk, not necessarily the next walk, but the next walk that I'd planned on this does the other side of that moorland. So we'll go to that little cairn again, but we'll be coming at it from a different side, a different angle. I'm actually chuffed that when I got my coffee this morning, I bought a brownie, and I still have it, and I'm going to eat it on the way home after I've had my sandwich. I had left over a ham and cheese sandwich. So there we go, guys. I'm going to set the sat nav. I'm going to go home on this gloomy evening. I won't work tomorrow. Well, I've no doubt we'll be out next weekend. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching the video, and I've no doubt I will see you next time back on the trail.